In this investigation, we are going to name 5 specific brands with part names, material grades, and dollar figures that are still building products the way your grandfather expected them to be built. Not marketing language, not 5-star Amazon reviews written by a contractor. Engineering facts, mechanical reasons, and the exact math that proves owning one of these products costs a fraction of buying cheap every few years. But first, you need to understand why this list is so short. Because the reason only 5 brands made it is the same reason your washer is dead at 6 years, your grill is rusted through at 4, and your nonstick pan is in the trash before you finish paying for it. The system that produces disposable products is not an accident. It is the deliberate result of a business model that Wall Street perfected over the last 40 years. They called it value engineering. We call it the Great Cheapening. The principle is simple. Every dollar saved on materials is a dollar added to the margin. And if the product fails in 5 years instead of 25, the consumer buys 5 units instead of 1. That is not a design flaw. That is a design feature. Private equity accelerated this process. When a firm acquires a legacy brand, they are not buying the engineering team or the production philosophy. They are buying the brand recognition, the trust that took 60 years to build. And then they spend the next 5 years quietly liquidating it. They substitute cast iron for stamped steel. They replace brass fittings with polycarbonate. They move assembly overseas, reduce tolerances, and redesign components specifically to prevent repair. They want you dependent on the replacement cycle. They want you trained to treat appliances, cookware, and tools as consumables. The brands on this list refused that deal. Some of them are family-owned and have never taken private equity money. Some of them are built in American factories with domestic materials and union labor. All of them are built on mechanical principles that are indifferent to quarterly earnings reports. Physics does not care about your margin targets. A cast iron skillet heated to 1,000 degrees does not negotiate with a bean counter. But here is what you need to understand before we get to the list. The fact that these brands exist does not mean the market is honest. These brands survive in spite of the system, not because of it. They cost more upfront. The box store will steer you away from them. The algorithm will bury them. And the consumer who does not know the engineering will always reach for the cheaper unit on the shelf. That is exactly what the industry is counting on. So, the list. The first brand is Speed Queen. If you have been buying washers and dryers for the last 20 years, you have been living through one of the most aggressive quality collapses in American appliance history. LG and Samsung now dominate the floor space at every big box retailer in the country. Their machines are marketed with brushed steel panels, digital displays, steam cycles, and app connectivity. They look like spacecraft. They wash clothes for approximately 4 to 6 years before the inverter motor fails, the sealed control board burns out, or the plastic-mounted PCB cracks from thermal cycling. Here is the specific mechanism. Inside a modern LG or Samsung washing machine, the motor is a direct drive inverter unit. The control board for that motor is mounted inside a sealed housing with plastic brackets. Every wash cycle runs heat through that board. Every spin cycle vibrates those brackets. After 4 to 5 years of thermal cycling, heat, cool, heat, cool. The solder joints connecting the components to the board begin to crack. The machine starts throwing error codes. The spin slows down. And then one morning, it does not start at all. You call a repair technician. He looks at the board and tells you the sealed motor is not sold separately. The entire drive unit is a proprietary assembly. The part is $400 and labor is another $150. You paid $800 for the machine. The technician tells you it is not worth fixing. And he is right, because the manufacturer engineered it that way. Speed Queen builds a different machine entirely. The TR7 and FF7 series use a belt-driven induction motor inside a metal frame, not plastic brackets, not a sealed assembly. A mechanical transmission with gears and springs. If the belt wears out, you buy a belt. If the motor needs service, a technician can reach it without proprietary tools. Speed Queen tests every machine to over 10,000 cycles before it leaves the factory in Ripon, Wisconsin. Their machines are engineered and tested for 25 years of use, with a motor warranty of up to 5 years depending on the model. Their parts and labor warranty is 5 to 7 years. Consumer Reports confirmed in their 2025 survey that Speed Queen honors warranty claims without arbitration delays. The math is not complicated. One Speed Queen TR7 at $1,800 lasts 20 to 25 years. One LG or Samsung at $800 lasts 4 to 6 years. Over a 20-year period, the LG buyer spends $4,800 minimum. The Speed Queen buyer spends $1,800. The annual cost of a Speed Queen is approximately $70 to $90 per year. The annual cost of a mainstream machine is $240 to $300. Alliance Laundry Systems, which acquired Speed Queen in 1998, assembles its machines in Ripon, Wisconsin. It qualifies for FTC Made in USA designation. Between 2016 and 2026, Speed Queen has had 0 CPSC recalls. LG and Samsung have had more than 15 combined recalls involving washer fires and explosions in the same period. Buy the TR7 or FF7. Pay the extra $1,000. Walk past the LG. You will not replace it. The second brand is Lodge. There is a cast iron skillet in use in Tennessee today that was poured in 1896. It sits on a working stove. It cooks food every day. Nobody has replaced it. Nobody has repaired it. They have seasoned it, and it has worked indefinitely. That skillet was made by Lodge. Lodge Manufacturing is a family-owned company in South Pittsburgh, Tennessee. They have been pouring cast iron in the same facility since 1896. They have never been acquired. The molds they use today are the same molds documented in Tennessee trade publications from 2024. The 10.25-inch skillet, the L8SK3, retails for $40 to $50. It tolerates temperatures above 1,000 degrees. It has no plastic handles. It has no coating to scratch, peel, or flake. It has had 0 CPSC recalls. Ever. In the history of the company. Now look at what the non-stick cookware industry sells next to it on the shelf. A Teflon-coated aluminum pan. $20 to $30. The surface is a PTFE chemical coating applied to an aluminum substrate. Every time you cook with that pan, you run thermal cycles across that coating. Every time you use a metal utensil, you introduce microscopic scratches. Within 100 to 200 cooking cycles, roughly 1 to 2 years of regular use, the coating begins to peel. You can see it flaking. Once the PTFE layer is compromised, the aluminum substrate begins to oxidize and contact your food. The pan is not repairable. You throw it away and buy another one. $20 per year times 10 years is $200. $20 per year times a lifetime is $600 or more. The Lodge skillet costs $40 once. If the seasoning ever wears thin, you coat it with oil, put it in an oven at 500 degrees for an hour, and it is restored to factory condition. For free. For the rest of your life. Lodge offers factory re-seasoning services for the lifetime of the pan. Not a promotional offer, not a warranty with exclusions. Just, bring us the pan, we will restore it. Here you go. The ceramics and granite-coated alternatives sold at big box stores are not better than Teflon. They are worse. The ceramic layer cracks under aggressive thermal cycling. The coating degrades within 2 to 3 years. The marketing language, stone-derived, mineral-infused, PTFE-free, is designed to make you believe you are buying something healthier and more durable. You're buying a non-stick pan with a different chemical facade over the same aluminum substrate on the same replacement timeline. Buy the Lodge. Buy it once. Season it correctly. Oil, high heat, repeat, and hand it to your children. If you want the premium version with an enamel finish, buy Le Creuset. $300 to $400 up front. Lifetime enamel warranty. Same cast iron construction underneath. The enamel can chip at extreme temperatures, but the pan itself does not fail. Le Creuset has documented units in service for more than 50 years. If you want function without the premium price, Lodge is the answer. If you want ease of cleaning and aesthetics, Le Creuset earns every dollar. The third brand is Weber. We need to be honest about something before we go further. Weber was first acquired by BDT Capital Partners, a private equity firm, in 2010. In 2021, it briefly went public, and BDT took it private again in 2022 for approximately $3.7 billion. That is a fact. And when we see a private equity acquisition, our default posture is that quality decline is coming. In the case of Weber, Consumer Reports 2025 surveyed Weber owners across all purchase years and found no measurable quality degradation post-acquisition. We will report the facts. The facts say Weber is still building a durable product. Here is why. The Weber Spirit 2 E310 uses porcelain-enameled cast iron grates and enameled cast iron burners. The firebox is welded steel construction rated for more than 25 years of use. The enamel coating on the grates creates a corrosion-resistant barrier that protects the iron substrate, even when exposed to moisture cycling through multiple seasons. When the enamel eventually chips, and after 20 years, it will chip, the cast iron underneath does not perforate. It oxidizes slowly on the surface. It remains structurally intact. Now look at what Nexgrill, Charbroil, and the big box store brands build. Thin stamped steel burners, thin sheet stainless grates with no thermal mass, spot welded fireboxes. There is no enamel protection on the structural components. The first winter that moisture sits in the body of a budget grill, the rust begins. Within 3 to 5 years, the burners have perforated. The flame pattern is uneven. The grates are flaking. The firebox has rusted through at the spot welds. You're looking at a structural failure, not a surface blemish. Charbroil accumulated more than 10 CPSC recalls between 2016 and 2026. Weber had 2 minor hinge recalls in 2023, both corrected immediately. Weber replacement grates cost $20 to $50. Weber replacement burners cost $30 to $80. Weber has kept parts available for grills purchased more than 20 years ago. Budget brands discontinue parts support within 7 years, frequently within 5. When your next grill burner perforates, there is no replacement part in the catalog. You buy a new grill. The 25-year math, one Weber Spirit at $600, maintained and parts replaced as needed, costs approximately $600 over 25 years. $24 per year. 5 budget grills over the same period at $300 each costs $1,500, $60 per year. The Weber is cheaper, and it never ends up in a landfill at year 5. Buy the Spirit 2 E310. Inspect used units for rust perforation on the grates before purchase. Confirm the burner integrity. Weber's warranty is 10 years on all parts, and it is honored. The fourth brand is Zippo. This one may seem too simple for this list. It is a lighter. But Zippo earns its place here because it is a perfect case study in what durable product design actually looks like in practice. George G. Blaisdell founded Zippo Manufacturing Company in 1932. Today, the company is owned by his grandson, George B. Duke. The lighter is manufactured 100% in Bradford, Pennsylvania. The retail price is $20 to $40. The warranty is unconditional, lifetime free repair. No conditions, no receipt required. No arbitration clause. You mail it to Bradford, they fix it and mail it back. No charge, forever. The mechanical design has not changed in 90 years because it does not need to change. The striker wheel is brass and steel. The wick is cotton and is sold as a replacement part. The flint is mineral and retails for $1 to $2 for a multi-pack. The lighter fluid is standard naphtha, available everywhere. Every component that can fail can be replaced at home in under 5 minutes for under $5 total. The unit is rated for more than 50,000 strikes. Now compare that to a BIC disposable lighter. The BIC wheel is polycarbonate plastic. After 50 to 100 uses, the polycarbonate begins to crack from the friction heat of the striker mechanism. The flint and fuel are sealed inside a body that cannot be opened, refilled, or repaired. The expected service life is approximately 1 month of regular use. At $1 per liter, you spend $12 per year replacing BICs. The Zippo costs $30 once and costs approximately $3 per year in flint and fluid. But the Zippo comparison to disposables is not really about the money. It is about the philosophy. The Zippo was designed to be fixed. Every component was designed with the assumption that the owner might need to replace it. There is no sealed housing. There is no proprietary fluid formulation. There is no app required to diagnose a failed wick. The product respects the owner's intelligence and their right to repair. That philosophy is nearly extinct in American manufacturing. Zippo is one of the last products you can buy today that embodies it without compromise. The fifth brand is the Big Green Egg. The ceramic Kamado-style cooker is not a new concept. Traditional Japanese ceramic cooking vessels called mushi kamado have been used by families for centuries. The Big Green Egg adapted that design for American backyard use in 1974. The company is private, based in Atlanta, Georgia. The core product has not fundamentally changed since its introduction. Here is the engineering. The Big Green Egg is constructed from a proprietary ceramic composite. That ceramic is rated for temperatures exceeding 1,200 degrees Fahrenheit. It does not rust. It does not warp. It does not perforate. Ceramic does not oxidize. The lid seal is a felt gasket, a replaceable part available for under $20. The firebox ring inside is a ceramic component, available as a replacement part. The hinge is stainless steel, a replacement part. There is no welded firebox that can rust through. There is no enameled cast iron surface that can chip and expose raw metal. There is no stamped steel burner that oxidizes from inside. Consumer testimony on Big Green Eggs in service for 30 to 40 years is not anecdotal. It is routine. The ceramic body does not degrade with age. It does not weaken from thermal cycling. It gains nothing from being replaced. The Big Green Egg is expensive. A large unit runs $700 to $900. An extra large runs over $1,000. But a Big Green Egg purchased today should be functioning identically in 2055. The math against 5 replacement budget grills over the same period is not close. The replacement gasket is $20. The firebox ring is $60 to $80. Every component that can wear is available as a replacement part. The ceramic body itself carries a lifetime warranty against cracking or defects. The company honors it. There are ceramic Kamado competitors worth mentioning, Kamado Joe among them. Kamado Joe added a divide-and-conquer cooking system and a self-sealing lid mechanism that the Big Green Egg does not have. Both are valid choices. Both are built on the same ceramic durability principle. Both will outlast anything made from stamped steel. So that is the list. Speed Queen, Lodge, Weber, Zippo, the Big Green Egg. 5 brands. 5 products built on different principles from the ones that dominate the store shelf. Mechanical transmissions instead of sealed circuit boards. Single-piece sand-molded iron instead of PTFE-coated aluminum. Porcelain-enameled cast iron instead of thin-sheet stamped steel. Brass and cotton instead of polycarbonate and glue. Ceramic composite instead of spot-welded carbon steel. The pattern is the same in every case. The durable product uses a material with high thermal mass, mechanical repairability, or chemical inertness. The disposable product uses a material chosen to minimize the cost of production while maximizing the frequency of replacement. Here is the only math that matters. A consumer who buys the cheap version of each of these products, a mainstream washer, a nonstick pan, a budget grill, a BIC lighter, and a stamped steel smoker, will spend more money over 10 years than the consumer who buys the durable version once. Every time. Not sometimes, every time. The premium product is always cheaper when you count all the replacements. They want you to see the upfront price. They want you to feel the $60 discount at the register. They want you to ignore the $400 you will spend replacing the unit in 3 years, and the $400 after that, and the $400 after that. Stop shopping the shelf price. Start shopping the 10-year price. Stop buying the marketing. Start buying the physics. The products on this list were not built for a quarterly earnings call. They were built for a life. Buy them that way. Use them that way. Pass them on. Because the opposite of planned obsolescence is not nostalgia. It is ownership, real ownership. The kind where you hold the object in your hand and it does not ask anything of you except maintenance and attention. That is not a feature you will find in the App Store. It is a feature built into the metal itself.